to the show the president and CEO of the Jackson YMCA, Shauna Tello. Hi, Shauna.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Yeah, welcome back.
It's always good to be here.
Yes, it's
Always.
back to school. And Thea, what year is she now?
She's a junior.
A junior.
It's so hard to believe.
Wow.
Time really flies.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So is she into sports or what?
She's cross country and track.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I have a runner. Who would have thought?
Yeah.
You know, I always prayed she would have her dad's legs, not mine, and it appears that she does.
Well, good. I hope she has a great season. And everyone that was spending time at the Y, they were getting in shape for their next adventure. A lot of kids going through the doors this summer.
It was a fantastic summer. The energy was unbelievable. Incredible support from the community through partnerships and field trips, educational opportunities. We received a grant and we were able to use those grant dollars to reinvest in Jackson by taking our kids on a lot of educational trips. And so always want to take the opportunity to express our gratitude, and especially this last summer, expressing gratitude for all of our community partners who provided educational and enrichment programs for our summer day camp kids. It was an amazing summer.
Did you drive the big blue bus yourself this summer?
You know what? Somehow I have managed to never drive the blue bus. I've been really fortunate. In fact, when I was hired back in 2002, that was one of the things they told me I would need to do within I think it was the first 90 days of employment, was that I would need to get my CDL so that I could drive the buses for the camp and the after school program. And somehow I got out of it, and 20 plus years later, here I am, and I've rode the blue bus many, many times. I have never driven the blue bus.
Well, kids are back to school, so the after-school program's back at the Y.
After school programs back in swing. We're gearing up for youth sports programming. Swim lessons are back up and running. Well, swim lessons never end. I think that learning to swim is so important for kids in our community with so many lakes and access to pools. The importance of swim lessons never goes out of season, but particularly in the winter months. Your kids need something fun to do to keep them physically active. Why not learn a life-saving skill? So after school program, youth sports, swim lessons, and of course getting back into your personal health routines. You know, summers are busy. It's easier to stay active in the summer, I think, especially if you enjoy gardening or golfing or hiking. But once it starts to cool down, it's important to get back to the Y, get back to your friends in group exercise classes, and hold each other accountable and take advantage of our lineup of programs.
All right, everyone is anxious for our new Y. So any updates on where we are?
Sure. A lot of work happening behind the scenes. It has been an incredible journey, a wonderful learning opportunity for me and my team. We never imagined when we started this work back in 2017 what we would be up against with COVID and supply chain issues, and now inflation and labor shortages. But the really exciting thing is that we continue to move forward. In fact, I was in a meeting with Scott McIntosh last week, our board president, and he said, you know, Shauna, maybe you could create an email list for me, and I could just once a week send out an email to everyone who has supported us and just say one thing: this is happening, from Scott. And I said, you know, that's not a bad idea. The enthusiasm and passion of our board is just as strong today as it was when we started this work back in 2017. But you know, honestly, it has been challenging, and right now what we're up against is going through a rebidding, de-scoping, and value engineering process. You'll remember that when we put the project out to bid the second time, we learned at the end of March of the 23 bid packages, about 8 of them only had 1 or 2 bidders. And it's a YMCA best practice to have 3 bids whenever we do a major project, especially when we're using investor dollars. And so we took a deep dive into the construction documents and into the designs, and got to work on value engineering with our construction manager, and then what's called de-scoping with a firm called Grow. You've probably heard me talk about Grow. They're a national firm that specializes in building YMCAs.
We've got one of their blueprints up on now.
Yes, perfect. Thank you for sharing this. This is really exciting. So at the top of the page, you would have Wesley Street, and you can see up at the very front, to the right side of my screen is a little gray box that says vestibule, and that's really where everything starts. We'll have a nice outdoor seating area there. That purple box you saw, that was the Henry Ford space right up front and center. You may have also noticed the space for Big Brothers Big Sisters. I believe that was also purple right up front and center. Going up to the second floor though, we're really excited because with that new addition, there's about 16,000 square feet extending to the east of the building. We'll be able to significantly expand our wellness center, and what that means is more and better equipment. That means we'll be able to pull the weight room out of that little dark back room and bring them up front along the windows with some natural light on the east side of the building. And it means more studio space for our group exercise classes. Really exciting for me was the fact that as we went through this de-scoping process, we decided we were going to keep the small gym. In other design plans, we had decided to turn the small gym into studio space and use it to expand the wellness center. But through the cost-saving process, we decided we'll save the small gym, and what that means is more space for indoor pickleball, which we know is hot right now. And then another thing I'm especially passionate about is getting access to the 3rd floor. That's that track area. If you're familiar with our building, you probably remember that there's a running track up in the large gym.
That's it on the right.
Right, that green area there is our track. The track is getting significant major upgrades. But in addition to that, there's going to be a 3rd floor mezzanine adjacent to the track where folks can step off the track and stretch, do some exercises. I personally like to take kettlebells up on the track and kind of do some HIIT training, run and lift and run and lift. So there'll be space for that. But the very best part of all, no more spiral staircases. As much as we like those spiral staircases, aesthetically, they are a safety hazard, and not everybody feels comfortable utilizing those. So we'll have an elevator and a track going up to that mezzanine so that everybody can access the track. And through our partnership with Henry Ford, we'll have even more folks up there year-round working on their fitness goals and meeting with the support team, both from the hospital and from the Y, and we're just really excited about that expansion in the programming to help people reach their health goals and recover from health incidents and stay busy during those cool months.
All right, so we're waiting for some more bids, and then at some point soon you'll have a date for groundbreaking.
Yes, and you will be the first to know. We will celebrate like we've never celebrated before as an organization when we hold that groundbreaking ceremony. So more to come on that. We are doing our very best to move this process forward quickly, and it does weigh heavy on us. We had really hoped that construction would be underway right now, but the truth is when we started this work, one of our foremost commitments was in the area of stewardship. We recognized that people made significant gifts in support of that, and Those dollars are kept separate from operations in a separate account. I do get asked that occasionally, is my gift still there? Yes, it is still there. We're holding everything separately, but we had hoped to be further along than we are right now, but the truth is we're doing it right. We're doing it well, and we're squeezing every drop out of every single penny so that this will be the best YMCA that Jackson could possibly have, and I would venture to say one of the best YMCAs in the state and across the country.
All right, we'll hope and look forward to that. And we'll take one more look at these explorers and day camp adventurers as they are loading up the buses to go on a field trip, as they had a wonderful summer.
They did. And then the Explorers, Trailblazers, Pathfinders, if you're not familiar with our program, we split the kids up in age-appropriate groups, and they participate in age-appropriate activities. So, your child is a part of a huge day camp program when they're at the Y, but they are split up into small groups so that we can make sure that they're safe and they're engaged in activities that they will really enjoy.
Good. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Shauna Tello, CEO of the Jackson YMCA. We hope you can stay with us.